Right then, welcome back on Foxtrot Labs for our winners match. The winner of this match, or this series, advances onwards to the playoffs. First player spawning down the bottom right hand corner is the green Zerg.
Neuralisk.
And his opponent up in the top left-hand corner in the fashionable red, it is the team list.
noobPride.
And we've got Tim starting off with a wall-off and refinery here, whereas Neuralisk did go for the hatch first, followed up by pool and gas.
Yeah, pretty ordinary stuff. And noobPride actually looked really, really scary in that last series. So I sort of want to know whether his TVZ is as good as his TVP.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We obviously got to see Neuralisk play against a heavy meching player, and I don't think that's what noobPride is. So see how he adapts to another style, although Factory is coming down here. And we've actually got a Marine coming out, but a Reaper making its way across the map as well.
Yep. And Reaper shouldn't be able to get that much damage done. 2 lings have just finished and they should be able to chase it away. He's going to force a Spore Crawl here. Actually, even Extractors, fine. That's only like 7 minerals, I think. So, yeah, it's okay. Reaper gets full scout out, but not much more than that. And yeah, all looks pretty ordinary.
Yeah, everything exactly as you'd expect thus far. However, we have a tech lab coming down on the factory with the starport coming down right next to it. So I would anticipate Cloak Banshees being the result of this. You've also got the Marines kind of playing a zone defense around it. So that's clearly to hide something.
Yeah. Most likely. But either way, noobPride's actually taking a much later expand than normal. Actually, just going straight 1-1-1. If he's going to expand at all, indeed. Although I think he will, given that he's not actually producing anything from his factory. There's no add-on in the barracks and such. It looks like he just wants to get up the fastest Banshee possible. And
there's your CC.
Yeah, there's the CC coming down. So, yeah, I just wanted really, really fast Cloak Banshees. And I think he threw down his second gas a little bit late for that, because he started Cloak and then the Banshee had to wait a little bit.
Slightly, okay.
Either way, Neuralisk is going to try and get his third base up. I mean, this is normally on most maps, this is about the right time to get your third base, just as speed completes. But on Foxtrot, you really, really have to focus down that debris. So you usually take it a little bit later or start focusing it down much, much earlier. So Neuralisk is going to... His creep tune is actually stopping the Zergans to get a bit of strength. But yeah, Neuralisk is going to be a bit vulnerable here. Or his third base is, whilst that debris is broken down. And I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem, though. There doesn't look like there's too much from noobPride to actually threaten the third. And noobPride looks like he's going mech as well.
Yeah, definitely adding on the additional factories there. It is kind of preventing the construction of another Banshee, though, as he doesn't have the gas for it at the moment. So he may just be running off the single Cloaked Banshee. Cloak has been spotted there by the Overlord, however. No reaction yet in terms of a Spore crumbing down. And he's still a little bit away from the lair, so this will have some period of time with Cloak done to get some work in.
Yeah, nothing from Neuralisk yet. He's just started a Spore down his natural. But this Banshee should be able to get a couple kills. So I mean, it's already got a few. Should be able to get a few more before the Spores actually finish up.
He's just kind of chasing these, though, and not really doing anything. He could have killed the Queen, could have killed buildings, could have done something. Probably could have killed the Spore before it finished, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, for how long that was cloaked without detection, it did nothing.
Yeah, very true. It's actually only got 3 kills, which doesn't even really pay for the Banshee, and now Neuralisk should be pretty well defended against it. I mean, yeah, noobPride had done a bit more sort of shoot and scoot if he'd microed it rather than just queuing it up on drones. He could have done a lot of damage. He would have been able to sort of path it a bit better so that it wasn't just following the drones, it was actually cutting them off. And
exactly, because they had to make that whole thing down the ramp if he had taken
yeah.
But he just followed down the ramp. Tiny little run by went there, trying to pick off an SCV or two, but didn't get anything and got cleaned up.
Yeah, noobPride is fairly well defended right now. He's actually, where's all his units gone? Oh, they're all in the bunker. Yeah, he's fairly well defended. He's got a Widowmine and a couple of Hellions out. Certainly against anything Neuralisk could currently throw at him. But yeah, we see Blue Flame once again and an Armory. So I think noobPride's gonna push out with sort of a Hellbat timing, maybe.
Yeah, it seems like a interesting little mix. He's got the Hellions coming out. He's still making Widowmines. He's still making second Banshee, which is out. First one may actually, it gets very low on health there, but not actually dead. Second one backing away into the third, or like the third Banshee, but also the third base.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So he's sticking with that. The bases are fairly well covered with spores. However, he will still manage to get a clean or two. In addition, there falls another. Gas going down.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice pickoff. Banshees are really, really high DPS. A lot of people underestimate that, but they can certainly pump down an extractor very, very quickly. And Queens, I think 3 Banshees, 2 shots a Queen or something like that. So maybe 3 shots. Either way, yeah, they die. They fall pretty quickly. Them and Neuralisk he's forced to build a couple extra spores, which he didn't really want to.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're certainly not going to help against the Thors and Hellbats, which are going to follow this up.
I kind of hope, given the investment in these Banshees, that he sends something over to repair them. 2 of them are so low, and it would be a shame to lose them to just a shot or 2.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Banshees actually take a while to repair, though.
Yeah, they are like the
repair at rates, and Banshees are the slowest in the game. But yeah,
true.
Still though, I mean, you tag an SCV onto them, and they'll be
yeah,
done.
It's worth doing. Like particularly, they're not in any hurry right now. I don't think he's going back out with them. They're not just part of that.
Yeah.
This is kind of cute.
Yeah, I'm glad. Actually, I was worried he would like just keep all his units bunched up around that Overlord, and the Widowmine Splash would kill his Banshees. No, oh, there we go. He's repairing them up now. But look, there's like 4 SCVs healing them, and it's healing at like
it takes forever.
Yeah.
It does have one still low, but it's trying to get away.
Oh yeah, a bit of engagement coming in here, and Neuralisk is just pushing out with a few roaches, but the Banshees will clean this up with absolutely no difficulties.
Yeah, this is completely their kind of zone here. There's a couple Hydras with this, but they're just gonna go to town on any roaches there until those are out.
Yeah, and 3 Banshees. I mean, if they're all on full health, they'd probably put up a decent fight against those Hydralisks anyway. But with his Hellbats and Thors and Widowmines and the like, I don't think noobPride should have any trouble holding it. So that actually, if he loses his Widowmines and is out of position, he might have a bit more trouble. And yeah, here he comes in. Neuralisk is trying to move in towards this third base right now, but noobPride, he's on point and he marches right up in there. The Banshees do fall down to those Hydralisks, but actually he can't really get Neuralisk into the Widowmines because he got the wrong angle, really.
Yeah, he was trying to kind of bait them back in. The reinforcements at least run into it, so that's good to see. But yeah, they're picking off almost all these Hydralisks with that reinforcement wave. But just a single Thor left here. He's got to find a way back.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate for noobPride. He sort of ran past, and then all his Widowmines, all his defensive units were sort of in the wrong position to actually be defending his third base. That has been forced to lift off. He's going to try and re-land at the gold as he he saved his Thor on a medevac here, and he's trying to heal that up. And move out when he's ready.
It's again, I feel like we got a bit of shades of the first series that we saw. There's mech here, there's units here that form the backbone of the army, but then the front of the army doesn't exist.
Yeah.
We need more things. Like there has to be something buffering the damage to allow widow mines and tanks and so on to actually do something.
There are so many widow mines here, and most of them just fell without actually dealing any damage. A lot of the SCVs are going to come off the line. They're going to fall to the
These
tank.
Thors aren't even actually firing.
The Thors, a couple, they get 1 or 2 shots off. But Neuralisk is overrunning the natural now. All the SCVs fall. 16 SCVs left for noobPride. There's enough Hydralisk to easily focus down this command center. And Neuralisk is going to get that, and then he's going to bust up the ramp.
Yeah, there is a single Thor counterattack on the other side of the map, but eventually that's going to get cleaned up here. He comes in for the hot pickup, but he's going to lose the medevac. Oh, so Neuralisk takes game number 1 there.
We're back, as promised on Overgrowth. Neuralisk isn't happy because I don't know if you saw that, but he just messed up his drones a little bit. Hopefully he can recover. And if he wins this game, of course, he advances on to the playoffs to the round of 8, securing himself a spot in the money and securing himself a spot in our season 4 as well. But either way, here he is up in the top right-hand corner. Green Zerg.
Neuralisk.
And his opponent on the bottom left-hand side of the map, trying to stay in this series and advance himself. It is...
noobPride.
And Saber rubs it in. Again with the hatchery first, followed by the spawning pool. No gas taken yet this time around.
Yep.
Hi. And we do have the Reaper coming out here yet again, going out for a little scouting. He does tend just for the 1, which once again on this map I think makes imminent sense. And then the reactor and immediately a command center coming with it.
Yeah, pretty greedy play out of noobPride there, or at least greedier than the last game. He going for a much earlier command center this time. But Neuralisk hasn't really got too much out to punish it, so both players.
He hasn't taken gas or anything, so
no, and he hasn't got 6
as well.
Of course, that CC's up on the high ground anyway, so it's very, very difficult to punish it without swiftly becoming some kind of all-in baning bust. Oh, pardon me. Yeah.
Yeah, both players just kind of getting their economy going, and double gas taken at the natural here for Neuralisk. So he'll advance from that type of position. We've got the factory once again, actually this time trading off for the reactor. He's going to be throwing a tech lab down on the barracks with a starport. So looks like he's thinking Cloak Banshee yet again. But,
it looks like it
this time.
Well, I mean, Cloak Banshees is a pretty versatile opener. There's a lot of it's pretty reliable opener is what I'm looking for. You can reliably threaten, at least force a couple of spores and threaten bases, and Banshees sort of scale in effect or stay effective much later in the game, especially if you keep up with a mech composition where you're getting upgrades for them. And there was a game the other day, or possibly even today in the WTS qualifiers, where one of the players got a big squad of Banshees, and they were just roaming around, killing off spore crawlers, bases, all sorts of things. And that can be really cool. I have nightmares about Banshees.
Yeah, again, that DPS, that kind of out of nowhere from any direction DPS that you have to have detection to deal with in the right place at the right time. It's if they get in and get 2-3 shots off, they can destroy an entire building sometimes. So So definitely a good mobile little army. It's interesting here. He got the starport attached to the tech lab, but then he's making a medevac first, actually.
Yeah, that's interesting. Looks like Widowmine drops then, I guess, and I find they're a little bit more all or nothing than Banshees.
Yeah.
Banshees, you're like
Very
pretty
much
much
so.
whatever you do, you're going to get 1 or 2 drone kills and force out the spores. Whereas with Widowmine, you can get absolute game-ending connections, as we saw in noobPride's series against that pro player,
sure.
Y54.
He will just outright cancel the third base here. There was not a force ready to deal with this many Hellions, and it's not even that there's that many. It just didn't have anything for it at the time.
Anything, yeah.
Yeah, a single Widowmine is going to be coming in with this medevac. The Lings are exactly where they need to be, but he may still be able to get this down.
Yeah, there's a spore core finished as well, so actually he shouldn't have too much trouble. It does burrow though, and it's going to go off. What was that? 2? Yeah. 2 Lings, 2 drones. It's all right. It's okay. It's sort of like that's about the bare minimum he really wanted to get done with that, I feel.
Yeah, it was a kind of strange roundabout way. Like I said, he floated the starport off, put it on the tech lab, made a medevac, then moved it off, and now he's actually building a factory onto the tech lab. So a little interesting add-on control or management here. The Hellions actually running by roaches here, double back for a second. They probably could have had an opportunity to dart into the natural, but it obviously would be a suicide play to see what they could get, and he'll opt to back out. This is a decent number of roaches here. There is just the 2 bunkers, both of them only half full. 2 Widow Mines are available at that wall, and some interesting Tetris type walling off with the supply depots. 1 Widow Mine gets a nice hit, but not really getting a lot of splash there, just kind of hitting individual units. Mass repair going off this bunker, and actually it's holding pretty well so far.
Yeah, I think it's gonna fall. It's close to a couple of the roaches dying off, lose the DPS, and the bunker just hold. And he lifts off the Viking as well, just in time. The last one. Now using all his Hellions as well.
He's going to come back. The Widow Mines have reset.
Widow Mines back.
Oh, that was much better hits that time around.
Yeah.
Actually putting the splash on everything, and he should clean this up pretty well. But splash damage taking out his own. Yeah. Now some of his SCVs as well. So yeah, a little friendly fire there, but does clean that up relatively well.
Yeah, I mean he held it. He's down like 4 workers, but
yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, yeah, Neuralisk committed quite a lot of gas to that, and noobPride still has all his units at the end of the day. He's still got a lot of Widow Mines. Yeah,
Neuralisk is coming back in here, but against 8 Widow Mines at this point, I don't think this is. You just picked 4, but I wonder if he noticed that.
I don't know. He's going to actually bring him back and drop him down. Oh no, the new Overseer goes as well. It gets taken out by the Widow Mine hit.
That was kind of essential. He does have another Overlord right there, but yeah, it was the only way to actually clear them up.
Yeah, so without anything to clear them up, Neuralisk can morph in another Overlord. As you say, he has one there. It'll take, I think it's 17 seconds to morph in an Overseer. But I mean,
I like this reaction here on the bottom right. Under the pressure, knowing that it may be hard to take the 3rd base for a while, he just takes the 4th.
Yeah.
Just building in that location. It's you can often get in this where you're in no trouble, but it's hard to advance yourself, and he's not going to allow himself to get caught up in that trap.
Yeah, absolutely right. And he's also going to try and take this 3rd base. This is going to be a bit weird, though, because if Neuralisk finds out about that 4th, which I guess is
obviously a sitting duck,
the bottom right-hand corner base, it's going to be very, very far away from his 3rd.
We'll land that just as the roaches get in there to hit it. We may have something. Oh, that's you. So hopefully I'm still here. But obviously I can hear that Trigonal has gone silent. If we could all have a moment of silence for him and hope that he ends up reconnecting. Don't worry, we won't restart anyway. I think hopefully he's back, and then hopefully he'll end up rejoining the call. I haven't actually heard him leave, but hopefully he's here and still with us. Tanks going off and chasing these roaches here away, which take a lot of fire. This medevac has been trying to get away to do some sort of harassment. Originally, I think it was with 4 Widow Mines, now with 3 Hellbats and a Widow Mine. Trigonal still counting on down. Luckily, we're not in the middle of an engagement or something right now.
I'm back online now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I just reconnected Skycall and now Starcraft crashed.
Yeah, it's counting you down in the game, so you may end up dropping here.
That'd be a shame. Yeah, I don't know. I just had a little bit of an internet blip, and then when my internet came back up, Starcraft has decided that was a good time to crash, because bad things never come in once.
Makes sense. So you can try and cast with me on like a 40-second delay or whatever from the stream.
I guess so.
Yeah, we'll still go with this one and get you to jump back in the next time around, rather than try the resume.
Sure.
Yeah, we do have the mech position. Once again, Noob's army is we've got Vikings here, we've got tanks here, we got Widow Mines here, but it's just that we've got like 4 Marines. This needs to have Hellbats, Marines, something. It doesn't matter which, but it needs to have something other than that heavy units. It would be like, we got a medevac picked off here in his base, but it would be like a Protoss trying to fight with just Immortals and Colossus. Yeah, those are awesome units, but they need something in front. That's the idea. And right now we just don't have enough of that actually going on. And we've got Neuralisk coming back down, this time with a lot of roaches and a lot more Hydralisks than before, as he will take the watchtower. Currently, everything is unsieged, and Terran is not really responding. He is trying to siege up, but once again, there's nothing here. And the army is completely on top of the tanks instantly, and the army is just completely dead. So in that 1 second, he has now got up, killing the planetary fortress. Does go down despite the repair, and yeah, Neuralisk just in like 2-3 seconds ends up turning a fairly even game into almost a complete rout, really.
Yeah,
now stands about 100. Yeah, he's now about 100 supply ahead, and it was just he took almost no losses and took out the backbone of the army.
Yeah, I mean, having your tanks unsieged, leaving them unsieged even for just a couple of seconds, if your opponent can pounce on that and just gets lucky enough to catch you at that moment, can absolutely lose you the game. And it may well have done that for noobPride here. His saving grace here, really, is that Neuralisk still doesn't know about that hidden sort of bottom right-hand corner base. So if he gets away with that for, much longer, it's already, I think, paid for itself, and it's going to, get more and more value as the game goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. And if he thinks he's containing him to a point that, okay, he's got no third, then he may not be aggressive. Although he's coming in here now, will once again get right on top of everything, and there's no reason for him to not do so. There's just nothing to support this army. It's got every element that if there was even just a thin wall of units in front of it, it could have probably held all of this. But he's not. He's now on the natural base. That does fall. SCV is going down, and Neuralisk is going to take this game and be the first player to advance out of the group.